Hello everyone! Today we are testing out the Too Faced Healthy Glow SPF 30 Skin Tint. This has watermelon, apple, and hyaluronic acid. So if you want to know a little bit more about this skin tint, see how it performs and wears, stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. The Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow Moisturizing Skin Tint is an oil-free, nourishing serum foundation with up to 24-hour wear and hydration, and SPF 30 protection for healthy, glowing skin. Coverage is medium, finish is natural, formulation is liquid, and SPF is 30. Some of the highlighted ingredients are coconut water, which aids in delicately replenishing skin's moisture levels, alpine rose, which supports skin's health and radiance, and hyaluronic acid, which we know and love, gives a smoother, more youthful appearance. Looks like it's a zinc SPF, it's a vegan, and this is $42, comes in 18 shades, and I got the shade light beige. Suggested usage: shake well before each use. Fingertip application: squeeze a small amount onto clean fingertips, massage fingers together, sweep from the center of the face, blending out and up, repeat as needed. Blend foundation down the neck. Always, not just for this one, all foundations. To build coverage, press and pat additional foundation into areas of need. Sponge application: squeeze a small amount onto the back of the hand. Dip damp sponge and apply onto clean skin prepped for makeup application. Brush application: squeeze a small amount onto the back of the hand. Evenly coat bristles with foundation. Buff and stipple onto clean skin prepped for makeup application. Create a medium buildable SPF glow. Squeeze 2 drops of foundation onto clean fingertips, massage fingertips together, apply all over the face, apply ethereal-like concealer to areas of need, blend with fingertips for a skin-like finish. Okay, so that was like a little bonus, I guess, if you had that concealer. I've actually never heard of that concealer. Have you heard of that concealer? Is that new? Is that old? Definitely never used it. I know they have the Ethereal Light setting powder. I think I've got that, but I didn't know they had a concealer. So we'll start with a brush, and then I'll probably blend it out with a sponge, unless the brush application just looks so magical that I don't think I'll need anything else. I have been surprised recently by skin tints though. That could very well happen. So as I squeeze it onto the back of the hand, I guess let's just use that much. And we're gonna coat the bristles in product, just like it said. Get nice and gooey. Whoa, that looks, well, that might work. That doesn't look like a light beige though. That looks more like a medium beige. Ugh. Oh, by the way, I have primed the skin already. I used my two faves, same thing I always use. The Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer and the Winky Lux Jelly Bear Primer. One for pore filling and one for hydration. And that's exactly what they work for. That is, really good coverage, by the way. That looks like a full, not a medium, but it's not blended at all. Ooh, wow, did you see how oxidized that got? That part is so much darker than that part. Hopefully that will not be a continuous issue for me. It's pretty though. I mean, like, my skin looks great where it's going on. The coverage is really nice. Medium, I could definitely agree with. I could agree with medium. Got a little pimple right here below the lip. See if maybe it can cover that a little bit. It did. Okay, you know what? We might have to like Too Faced Healthy Glow. She's pretty. This is not my shade. It looks maybe a little too yellow, but maybe once I get it applied everywhere and coverage is a little more even, it'll be okay. Most of the time with skin tint products though, it doesn't matter because they're so sheer that even if the color is a little bit off or the undertone is a little bit off, you can still blend it out and it's not super obvious. I'm gonna see if on the forehead I can keep it a little more sheer and just see what it looks like. I'll build it up still so that it matches the rest of the face in coverage, but I just wanna see. Okay, we got a little bit of coverage out of it. Very, very thin, keeps it very natural. Okay, yeah, you can keep it super, super sheer, but it still has enough coverage to cover up your basic redness. It would pretty much even out dark spots too, because it's that medium coverage. I've got to admit, I wasn't expecting this kind of coverage on this. I thought it was gonna be, you know, like a skin tint. I thought it was gonna be super, super sheer, and we were gonna have to build up a ton of it. But I don't think we're really gonna have to go in with much more than I already put on the back of my hand. I am gonna have to use more, because I gotta cover these ears now, since the shade is off. I gotta go down further on the neck since the shade is off, so we gotta add some more. Now we're gonna take our damp beauty sponge and just go ahead and press everything in and make sure it's nice and melted into the skin. Looks beautiful and seamless before we decide if we're gonna add more, because I might add more. Okay, coverage is evening out a whole lot now. That's also helping that color even out a little bit. Wait a minute. Okay, before I move on, I just looked really close and realized that that sponge application pretty much picked up a bunch of the tint from the surface of my skin and left it in my pores. Not everywhere, because you can still see an even layer of coverage across the majority of my skin, but there are some spots that are a little more red than others where my natural skin tone is showing through. We are going to, in fact, one more time, go in with a few more drops, and now that I've seen how this looks, once you do go in with the sponge and everything kind of picks itself up, I would say probably your fingers is gonna be the best way to use this right after all of your skincare. But I do want to see for sure if I can get this built back up without any of my redness coming through, because it looks really good once it sits on the skin. It was just once I went in with that sponge, it picked up so much of the product that it left my skin showing, and not in a, oh, your makeup looks so natural and cute kind of way. It was like a, oh, your makeup's lifting kind of way. Now let's see if the Rare Beauty Concealer can work well with the Healthy Glow Moisturizer. This is the shade 130 in. I know it's way too light for me, but we're just gonna see if we can't cover up some of this under eye darkness and blend it into the skin tint. Oh, she is bright. Well, you know, I did want a brighter under eye. That is exactly what I got. Okay, surprisingly, those two actually melted together really beautifully. That looks so good. Now that we know the concealer blends beautifully with Healthy Glow, let's see if the Winky Lux Bronzing Age Bronzing Stick will blend as well. I'm also going to take this one just on the back of my hand to get it nice and warmed up. Only this time I'm not taking it everywhere across the face. I'm just going across those borders and hollows and the areas where the sun hit. Oh, that bronzer is stunning. The bronzer is a beautiful. Good to know that that melted in just as seamlessly, left a gorgeous, flawless finish all over the face that gave me those sharp angles I was looking for, but my skin still looks fantastic. Now, before I can set the concealer under my eyes, I need to finish off with cream blush. For that, I'm using the Monsters Inc. X Makeup Revolution Miss Squiggles blusher. If you want to watch my review of this entire collection, I'll leave it linked right up here. It was so much fun, and the eyeshadow look was amazing. Ooh, it's so pink. Oh my gosh, it is so pink. I'm never gonna get this blended in. It's so pigmented. Okay, well, I sort of stand corrected. That blended like really easy. Okay, under eyes are blended. Grab my poof, and I am using the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. And we're just gonna set it right under the eyes. Then just for my all-over powder, I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder in the shade Light 6. She's about to have to be replaced too. So far so good. Everything has blended together beautifully with Healthy Glow. It all meshed well. It's sitting on the skin beautifully. It's set and locked in place. Nothing moved or smeared around when I was trying to set everything with the brush. It looks great for now. I'm gonna go off camera, finish my makeup, and I'll come back for the final check-in. I can tell you for sure it's not gonna be a very long wear test this time because it's already about 8 o'clock. It'll probably only be a couple of hours worth of a wear test, cause honey, I'm tired. But we'll get a little one. We'll get to see how she performs after she sets for a little bit, after she wears down a little bit. But the next time I see you will be then. Oh my gosh, we are 6 hours in, and it's literally only because I fell asleep. I did have a couple of hours of finishing up another video, but as soon as I finished that, I was out like a light. All that coffee I had that gave me all that energy wore off very quickly, and I crashed. But I have to say, my face looks very good. Unfortunately, not quite as good as I was hoping for, but still really good. I've got a little bit of separation happening on my forehead, but that was also happening before I started the wear test. I almost just think one of the primers didn't really want to work with the foundation. Or maybe even the application method that I used isn't the method that I need to be using. I know I definitely want to go in with my fingertips and just try that method, because this doesn't look bad, like I said. It just doesn't seem to look as good as I think it could. but I think the only way that I'm going to be able to figure out exactly what it is to try it again with different primers. The finish is still really pretty. It's very skin-like. It's got a really natural velvety kind of finish. It is breaking up around my nostrils quite a bit, actually. I don't usually have that problem either, but they could have been there for a while and I just didn't know. I'm really torn on this one because I really like the coverage of it. I love that it started out as a medium coverage skin tint. I honestly kind of feel like this is more my type of skin tint than the other skin tints I've tried recently, strictly because it has a little bit more coverage and I like to cover things. I like that full glam kind of moment. But to be sure, I am gonna have to try it again. I can't say 100% I guarantee that I love it based on how it looks right now. If I had to give it some kind of a vote right now, I would probably give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It is on the pricier end of things and it's not quite perfect, but it looks good and it's got coverage. That's the thing that just keeps giving me 2 thumbs up, is the coverage. I love the coverage of it. It's the most foundation-y skin tint I've used in a while. I just need it to make the skin also look amazing and stay that way as it wears. So take that for what you will. I know I'm definitely going to be trying it again just so I can get a better grasp of my understanding of it, but have you tried the Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow Skin Tint Foundation? If you have, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know if you had any of it break up on your face anywhere. One thing I will say I really like is I can see that my skin is hydrated. I can see that my lines are plumped up, and I know that that has to do with the hyaluronic acid that's in here, and I love that. I always love any kind of skincare benefits within my cosmetics, so I think that's just another thumb way up. Yeah, there's just some spots that I don't like the way they look on the skin. And it's mainly just the center of the forehead and the cheeks where my pores are the largest. It kind of has that effect where the pores are filled with color and then the skin around the pores is just skin. Anyway guys, that's it from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up just to let me know. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!